Hello and welcome to this quick reference guide to making your website stickier. Website stickiness refers to the amount of time somebody stays on your website over a given period. That may be an average number of minutes that they spend on a single session, or you might want to look at a longer period of time, such as a month. Sometimes stickiness can also be measured in terms of the number of pages viewed. Whatever approach you adopt, stickiness matters, at least on some sites, as the length of stay indicates how much potential interest they have and the potential that users will go on to act. For example, a site whose revenue comes from advertising will want people to stay on the website as long as possible. However, not all sites need to be designed to be sticky. For example, sites selling a single product or service should encourage users to act as soon as possible and move on with their lives. Now, there are many psychological tricks to encourage somebody to stay longer on your website. However, these dark patterns, as they're often referred to, come with a significant cost and probably should be avoided. You can actually achieve the same thing as dark patterns with a lot less risk and a lot more ethically using something called the Wikipedia Effect. By creating a network of highly interlinked, rich, relevant and engaging content, Wikipedia draws users in, encouraging them to move from one subject to the next. I'm sure you've experienced it yourself, where you go to Wikipedia to look up one thing and before you know it, you're reading article number 2, 3 and 4. This approach works well on content-heavy websites like blogs, where there's older content that's often lost deep in the archive, so failing to add to the site's stickiness. So, to rectify that problem on your blog or your content-heavy website, carry out the following steps. Step 1. Ensure content is relevant to your audience. A website's never going to prove sticky unless the content is relevant to the audience. It needs to help them achieve a goal or overcome a pain point. That might be to learn a new skill or to solve a work-related challenge. You can discover this through simple surveying. Once you have a clear picture, consider then creating an empathy map that you can refer to often when planning new content. An empathy map that emphasizes people's goals and their pain points. Step number 2, create a strong primary navigational structure. To ensure your site is sticky, it's important that users can see what content is available and find relevant content for them. A clearly labeled primary navigation structure will help achieve this. To create such a navigational system, it's important that it reflects how the user thinks about the subjects that you cover. And you can work that out by running a card sorting exercise. Step number 3, surface related content through tagging. Tag each piece of content on your website with a number of relevant keywords. Then use those keywords to highlight other content related to the post that the user is already reading. For example, this can be done by adding additional related reading at the bottom of a blog post, so giving the user a next action and keep them engaged over time. Step number 4 is to manually highlight related reading within the content of a page. As well as placing related content at the end of a post or page, it's also worth highlighting related pages throughout the body of a particular article or post, as that is going to be seen a lot more. And that's because as users scroll, they may actually stop scrolling before the end of a post if it's not quite what they were after. A related post in the body might grab their attention if it better serves their needs. For example, in my posts, I include a See Also link to related posts on similar topics. Step number 5 is to auto-link keywords. To enhance older posts still further, you can automatically inject links to newer posts based on a keyword. When a keyword is mentioned, for example, stickiness, your CMS can automatically turn any mention of that keyword into a link to a relevant post, no matter when the original post or the relevant post was published. This is a great way of enriching content, increasing stickiness without having to manually go in to old posts to add newer links. Now, if you use something like WordPress, you can easily do this using a plugin such as Internal Link Juicer. Step number 6 is to aid Scanability to prove relevance. Site stickiness can be further improved if the page is obviously relevant to the user. To prove a page's relevance, it's important to allow the user to quickly see the topics covered on that particular page. Users make this judgment by scanning the page looking for indicators of the page's topic, and you can accommodate this behaviour by making use of headings, pull-out quotes, lists and other stylistic elements in order to explain at a glance what the page is about. You should also seek to begin each article with a summary outlining the key takeaways from that particular page. Step number 7 is to create cornerstone pages. So finally, create cornerstones that bring together content from multiple posts on a similar topic and link back to those posts for more details. Then you want to ensure that these cornerstone posts are linked to prominently from every child post, so encouraging exploration from one post to the next within a topic. So that's it for this guide. It's not meant to be a comprehensive guide to every approach available to make your site more sticky. However, if you follow the steps here, you should see improvements in dwell time and pages viewed. If you've got any questions about this guide, feel free to email me at any time on paul@boagworld.com. In the meantime, thanks for watching.